Welcome back, family. This is your boy ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, listen, that just simply means Ed. I got an interesting topic for you today is, so, you want to be a project manager. So you want to be a project manager, huh? That's interesting. I remember the first time that I made it up in my mind. I made the decision to accept this career path in project management, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was attracted to the aspects of being able to continuously be on various different projects and the experience that I was learning, where I was learning about money and I was learning about leadership of dealing with as far as the aspects of conflict and dealing with people, and I was learning quality, and I was learning how to write requirements that reflect what we were actually looking for to get out of the scope. You know, family, one of the things that when you make that decision, if you haven't made it yet, to jump into this career, the opportunity it provides you, especially if you're a life learner. My life learners out there, that people that are always constantly looking to find ways to better themselves. Project management is one of those fields that it's a requirement actually to keep the certifications that I have, that I have to do what they call PDU, personal development units, and there's 60 of them, so it's a lot. So they take the certification extremely seriously, and so do I, because I think that's just, I mean, well, it's the certification and just the whole career as a project manager very seriously, because the opportunities that, again, like I said, that it provide for you. I remember when I was actually there, how I actually fell in love with project management was, there was a gentleman that was a constructive project manager, and he was going out to go look at one of his sites, and he had a book of like all these notes. I'm like, man, there's a lot of information there. What you about to do? So as we're driving down to San Antonio, he was saying like, hey, and we were just talking. It was like a 4 hour drive. So he was just telling me what he does and how he keeps things in line. So I was like, but what, I see you got this notebook here with all of these notes in here. What is this about? He said, well, I've been communicating via, conference call as well as through email of the things that the team was supposed to be completed by the time I got down there. This is what we all agreed on. So I want to be able to use. It's sort of like, when you look at it, it's like almost like a punch list in a sense, but it really wasn't a true punch list. But uh, teach his own. But the whole point of it was, family, that he went down there and he was holding meetings with, first the whole team collectively, and then he split them up by, like IT, accounting, and just, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, this is fun. And he's leading the meeting and saying, okay, where we're at with this particular task item, Jane, you said you were going to get that done by Friday. Did we complete it? If not, what is our next step to rectify it? When will you have this done? I mean, it was so much of what I enjoyed, as far as just the leadership aspect of things and being a servant leader. If you haven't seen the video on that, when I talk about being a servant leader, you really need to check that out, because that's one of the aspects of project management that I think is so, one of those quiet things where it's not really talked about or mentioned as on the volume of other things with regarding project management. When you think about servant leadership, you think about, you're literally working for a team to ensure that the team does what they said they were going to do. So you are really almost like an accountability partner to everyone on that team, and making sure that with any roadblocks that get in their way, that you can step in to assist. Because you'll also notice too, when you make that decision to want to be a project manager, that you'll have something around resources, where, especially when you have really exceptional resources, that people are going to want to, try to take them, or try to take up their time by, putting meetings in there on their calendar and booking up their time. So it's up to you to make sure that you're kind of in a way, blocking some of that time to allow that person, that resource, to actually do the work that you guys agreed on upon that they're going to do. Another reason why I want to, push you, if you haven't made the decision to jump into the career, is because of the opportunity to really understand the different aspects from the different triple constraints within project management, which is scope, cost, and time. And one of the things when you become a project manager, you have to really learn time manage. Time management has to be your best friend because you're going to have pockets of downtime where you will be able to have the opportunity to work on your notes and make sure that your project schedule is up to date. Make sure all your artifacts are aligned and they're current as of the day, because you never know as a project manager where you may get called into a meeting and they may say, okay, tell us where the project's at. And you have to be able to give a high level response, as well as you have to be prepared to give a detailed response. And see, these are some of the things that they don't really talk to you about as a project manager, because that's how should I put this? Is because if you're not over prepared and you just go in there under prepared, it's going to be a long meeting. So that's why I always recommend the project managers have a high detail response and also have a detailed response, because anytime that if the high detail response has, if leadership has questions or your team has questions, that you can take them to the root of where all the data, all the information is coming from. So if they want to go deeper than what you've provided, they have that option. So that is definitely a gift for you, family. If you're looking to get into this field. Also, what this field is amazing is that the camaraderie as far as with other project managers. When you work with other amazing project managers, you guys share stories as far as, hey, how was you able to get that project done and you only had a limited amount of budget. So being able to share those lessons learned from other project managers, going back and forth, it really helps you to become a better project manager. I really don't know too many fields that have that. I mean, I'm not saying they're not out there, but I'm saying I'm only speaking specifically about project management, that what it does is it does create that camaraderie where you're able to have the opportunity. You see how fast I said camaraderie, but yeah. But honestly, though, family, you're really going to enjoy this. So I hope you join me. If you have any questions about, hey, about mentorship, about coaching, about, hey, if this is even right for you. Now, again, I'm not a judgment to say, well, you can't do it. You shouldn't be in the project management because you don't have good time management, good people skills. No, these are all skills that are developed, that can be developed. And I'm still developing them. And if anyone tells you that they're not developing the people skills, the communication skills, being able to lead a successful budget where it doesn't go over. I mean, just so many different aspects. If they tell you anything different, then I would just turn them off, because in this field of project management, you're constantly learning and growing, and especially if you're a project manager that has the ability to shift from different particular industries. Like if you're working in the IT industry and then you shift over to the finance industry. So being able to have that ability to be adaptable as a project manager will take you so far, because if you say if you the whole thing is, oh, that's not my job type people, those are the type of people that miss out on great opportunities, because you never know if this is something you would want to do. So if you're looking for, hey, how do I move forward with this if I am interested, hey, leave a comment and I'll give you a couple tips, and we'll take it from there. This is your boy ED. Again, this has been another amazing opportunity to tell you that if you're looking at the project management career, look no further. I love to be your guide if you're interested. So if you want to be a project manager, hit me below.